Good morning and greetings. I'm Brian. Today, we're making maple syrup. Over the spring, we collected about 35 gallons of maple sap from this huge, beautiful silver maple tree that you can see behind me. We've boiled down about 25 gallons already, which leaves us with 10 gallons to boil down today. Should take us about 3 or 4 hours. And the ratio of sap to syrup is around 40 to 1. I've heard people say 45 or even 50 to 1, but I don't know if maybe the sugar content of this tree is higher, or maybe I like my syrup a little more runny, get a little bit more use out of it that way. I don't know what the deal is, but I've consistently got 40 to 1, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So like I said, 10 gallons of sap should get us right around 1 quart of maple syrup, and it is going to be delicious. It's a beautiful day outside in Minnesota. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. Right on cue, that's what I pay them for. So, without further ado, let's get this thing cooking. Whew, that right there is 5 gallons of sap. So hey, there is a use for junk mail, and it's called starting a fire. Yeah! We've been at it for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. It's really getting down there. So I think we're about to add some more sap. Got a little leaf in there. That's what cheesecloth is for. It's all good. So we got these logs sitting on the edge here. A couple bricks that have broken around the edge. Getting really hot. It's like way more surface area. Oh, it smells so good too. Just uncovered our wood stash. See if we can use some of this. Time to bust out the sunglasses. It is hot out here. Probably something to do with being in the sun and standing next to a fire all morning. Let's see, I think it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so been in it 4 hours. Okay, so check this out. It is getting really low down in the pan there, and it's still really hot, so it's a precise thing. If you go too long, it's gonna turn into sugar. It's just gonna crystallize. So what we'll do is just let this cool off. It's gonna keep boiling for probably another hour or something like that, but get it cool enough so I can get like maybe my hands on it, or no, that's a bad idea. Probably use some sort of stick to pry it, but gotta get it out the spout into a saucepan, and then we'll finish it up on the stove. Hey, so we are there. It is way hotter than I can touch, and it's still boiling a ton, but we gotta get this out of here. First up, we're going to strain this almost syrup through the cheesecloth. Nasty. Step 2, just rinsed out my pan because I don't want any of that soot in this big pan, but I do want to boil it down in the big pan because more surface area equals boiling faster. All right, let's get this big one boiling. The other thing I want to do is take this pan here, fill it with some water, and see at what temperature it boils. We need the maple syrup, when it boils at 7 degrees higher than the boiling point of water today, because it changes depending on the pressure. That's when it's syrup. Okay, we got both of these going real good. I'll pick goes, up it goes, up it goes. Boiling temperature of water is 210 today. Right on the money. Now let's check our sap going here. Man, that is a really healthy boil. 214.5. All right, got a bit to go. Okay, it's been going for another 5 minutes or so. Let's see where we're at. 215 even. A little bit more. That's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. Okay, so this thing is really going. I can't even get the thermometer down in there. It only goes by 0.5, so I think we gotta be really close to that 7 degrees over. I'm just gonna call it, because I kind of like my syrup a little runny anyways. Okay, let's pour this in here. One thing to mention is you gotta wait till it cools. I think I did this one time with veggie broth. I poured it into a glass and it just like shattered. It was way too hot for the cool glass. We got 1 full quart that's boiled down from 10 gallons of sap. Oh, I tried a little bit earlier. Oh, it's so tasty. Ooh, yeah. All right, thanks for joining me on this adventure. It's been great to spend the day outside making maple syrup. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe because I got a lot of good stuff coming at you. We have a lot of DIY gardening tips. Later on, we're going to be building some grow room shelving with lighting because it is spring in Minnesota, but that means that winter is right around the corner and we want to be able to grow food for ourselves year-round. We're going to be talking about sustainable living, and also I think I'm going to start throwing in some plant-based recipes, just some of my favorite foods to eat. Until then, I will see you on the next video.